Kashmir, a land of breathtaking beauty and enduring pain. For over 7 decades, it has stood at the center of one of the world's most dangerous rivalries between India and Pakistan. This is the story of borders drawn in blood, of wars fought, peace broken, and generations caught in between. From partition to the present day, this is Kashmir, the heart of the conflict. A documentary series by Audorix. Episode 7, The Revocation, Article 370, and the New Kashmir, August 5th, 2019. A date that shook the very foundations of the Kashmir conflict. On that morning, as the sun rose over the Himalayas, thousands of troops flooded the valley. Communications were shut down, leaders were detained, and then Article 370 was gone. But what exactly was Article 370? Why was it revoked? And what happened next? Understanding Article 370. To understand the gravity of August 2019, we must go back to 1947. When Kashmir acceded to India, it was granted special status under Article 370 of the Indian Constitution. This meant Jammu and Kashmir had its own constitution, its own laws, and autonomy over all matters except defense, foreign affairs, and communications. Additionally, Article 35A, introduced later, allowed the state to define permanent residence and deny outsiders land or job rights. For decades, this special status remained a point of contention. Some saw it as a constitutional safeguard. Others saw it as an obstacle to full integration. The lead-up to revocation. By 2019, the BJP government, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, had made its position clear. Article 370 would go. In early August, signals of something big began to appear. Tourists and pilgrims were asked to leave Kashmir. Schools and offices were closed. Thousands of troops were deployed. Internet, phone, and cable were cut. Then, on August 5th, Home Minister Amit Shah announced in Parliament, Article 370 was revoked. Jammu and Kashmir would no longer enjoy special status. It would be split into 2 union territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Just like that, decades of autonomy were erased in a single stroke. Lockdown and reactions. What followed was one of the most intense clampdowns in modern Indian history. Internet blackout for over 5 months, the longest ever in a democracy. Political leaders like Mehbooba Mufti, Omar Abdullah, and even Farooq Abdullah were detained. Protests were swiftly suppressed. Media was heavily restricted. The government claimed the move would bring peace, investment, and integration. Critics called it a betrayal of trust and a violation of constitutional promises. Pakistan reacted strongly, downgrading diplomatic ties, halting trade, and raising the issue at the UN. Internationally, the revocation drew both concern and cautious silence. What changed on the ground? Economically, the government promised a new Kashmir, focused on development, tourism, and jobs. But on the ground, businesses suffered. Apple exports dropped. Students lost access to online education during the blackout, and fear lingered. The scrapping of Article 370 didn't bring the instant transformation many hoped for, but it did permanently alter the political landscape. The state's identity had changed, its powers had shrunk, and its people felt voiceless. The bigger question: the revocation of Article 370 wasn't just a legal change. It was a message of central control, of reshaping narratives, but it also raised deeper questions. Can integration be forced? What is autonomy in a federal democracy? And where does Kashmir go from here? The region remained tense. Normalcy returned, on paper. But under the surface, the debate burned hotter than ever. August 5th, 2019, didn't just mark a constitutional change. It marked the end of one era and the uncertain beginning of another. Kashmir, once a crown jewel of harmony, stood at a crossroads yet again. And now, the world was watching. In the next episode of Kashmir, the heart of the conflict, we ask, what does the future of Kashmir look like? Can peace be built on broken promises? Will the new generation choose dialogue or defiance? Join us in episode 8, The Road Ahead, Hope, Resistance, and Reality. Subscribe to Audorix and stay with us as the story of Kashmir continues to unfold.